3,300 nickel miners, smelter, and mill workers in Sudbury and Port Colborne, Ontario, have been on strike against Vale Inco for more than 10 months. The Brazilian-based transnational mining giant has demanded major concessions and, with the support of government, police, courts, and a phalanx of security guards, is using scabs to break the strike. The strikers, members of the United Steelworkers Union, have twice voted down contracts that have been presented to them. Reporters from the World Socialist website visited Sudbury, home to 3,100 of the striking workers. This city sits on some of the largest nickel deposits in the world. Sudbury is one of the cradles of industrial unionism in Canada. Workers organized in bitter class battles over the first half of the 20th century. By the early 1970s, some 20,000 workers were employed by Inco. In 1978-79, Inco workers struck for more than 9 months against the then Canadian-owned company. This famous 10-cent strike saw workers ratify one of the first concessions contracts in decades. In the years immediately following this strike, thousands of jobs were axed by the company. In the face of the growing globalization of production in the 1980s and 1990s, including in the mining industry, the United Steelworkers and other unions moved sharply to the right. They suppressed the class struggle and pursued ever more blatant forms of labor management collaboration. This meant voluntarily imposing concessions and mass layoffs on their members in order to boost companies' profits and returns on investment. The more naked their collaboration, the more the steelworkers and other unions have advanced a Canada First and America First perspective that divides workers, while promoting a so-called unity with the bosses. Vale Inco has mounted an unprecedented scabbing operation in Sudbury since last October. Hundreds of replacement workers, managers, and even members of another non-striking USW local have been used in an attempt to ramp up production. Even as the company has fired workers without cause, the union has ordered workers to accept the restrictive court orders against effective picketing and isolated the strike. As the World Socialist website has explained, if the strike remains under the political and organizational control of the Steelworkers Union, it will be betrayed and defeated.
Make sure you get a shot of the babysitters over there.
Oh yeah, the security.
You got competition with the camera.
So that's okay. They knew who I am. So you figure they got surveillance in this van here, do they? So do you think most of the guys coming through here are from around here, or?
No, we got a bunch of pictures of some people from down south.
From where?
Down south.
Like Toronto or?
Sunridge. Where was those other license plates?
London.
So they go down there to recruit the replacements, the scabs.
Lots from Quebec. Lots of the truck drivers from Quebec coming in.
Well, I guess there's a lot of unemployment around.
We got it.
As soon as the strike started, Inco cleaned house. They fired a lot of their own staff. They fired some good staff, and they kept some people who were not so good.
But this, at one time, was a very militant union.
Yeah.
I mean, this was like the center of trade unionism.
Yeah, it was at one time. We're not as militant anymore. Laws have changed. Nobody wants to go to jail.
WSWS reporters attended court hearings for 7 strikers victimized by the company for attending a blockade of Vale Inco in early May. After 5 days of defying court injunctions and the police, the USW leadership convinced the workers to dismantle the blockade.
For 27 years.
27 years. What do you do?
I'm a crane operator.
Okay. I'm sorry, what's your first name?
Pauline.
Pauline. So you were charged when?
I was charged on Friday? Friday, yeah. On Friday.
Okay. Well,
the original day.
At the blockade?
At the protest.
At the protest.
Yes.
Okay. And how did that come about?
It started after talks broke down in Toronto.
Uh-huh.
The guys were fed up. Enough is enough, and we started a rally.
Did the union organize a rally, or the guys just did it themselves, or how did that
I
happen?
believe the guys did it themselves.
Okay. How many people were there roughly?
I guess there was probably 400 or 500 at one time, at both lines.
Okay.
At both.
You don't know how they picked on you?
No, I don't know. I have no idea why they picked on me. I was in a group of 150, 200 people. So.
What's your name?
Ivan Villeneuve.
Villeneuve?
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of work do you do there?
I'm a miner at Sudbury.
Okay. And how long have you been working there?
Been there for 8 years.
8 years.
With the strike.
Okay.
So my 7-year seniority.
Okay. So have you had to get other work, or are you?
I'm trying. It's pretty hard because as soon as you see Inco on your resume, they don't want you.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty hard. It's start to get a little bit more job here and there. So
Because they think you're not going to stay at the job, is that right?
Yeah, exactly. Even when Inco go back, we're gonna quit and go back to Inco.
Right.
And it's been a pretty long strike, and it's getting hard.
There's a lot of support in the community for this strike, isn't there?
It's lots of support in the community.
Yeah.
What do you think the blockade? Do you think they should have
You guys should have stayed there.
stayed there?
Fuck yeah, what are the cops gonna do?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Half the cops, if not all the cops, know someone that works for Inco. So they're not gonna fuck you guys, right? I don't know.
And since the Inco has gone to strike, it has affected me a lot. Like my store sales and my fuel volume has gone like really down. And same thing on Lawrence Street because it's just beside the Inco. The same thing over there.
And do you support the workers in the strike?
Yes, I do.
Yeah?
Of course.
Yes, and Vale should open their eyes because what they're doing is really hurting everybody in Sudbury. It's hurting the economy. It's people are losing houses. They're saying second mortgages on their houses. Oh God, it's virtually impossible to find a job.
Is that right?
Because now, what I see happening is a lot of people that are on strike, their wives and their daughters have to go find jobs in order to bring in a second income because they don't have enough money.
And
This company that was open for 35 years right by my place on Lawrence Street, they had to close down because of Vale.
Is that right?
Yeah, they weren't making enough money, and Vale's contracting out whatever way they can do to save money, they're going to do it.
Your dad works there?
Yeah.
What kind of work does he do?
He's a miner. Brothers that work there too, though.
Yeah.
That all affected by it.
How's it affected things at home?
Well, it's just he's out like looking for other work right now, and just trying to when he's back here, trying to go to all the rallies, and just always busy, really.
Right.
Yeah.
My uncle.
Okay. Your uncle works in the mine or in the...
Yeah, he's an electrician.
Okay.
So.
Right.
And his family's affected by it.
Yeah. Paige? And what do you do, Paige?
I'm a student at Cambridge.
Okay.
Social work.
Do you have any family or friends that are involved in the strike?
My dad, actually. I don't think it's been going very good.
No.
No.
You have other friends that are involved or affected?
A lot of people are losing their houses, things like that. It's not good.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the fact that there's like other people going into work and they can't, so I don't know.
I hope the best for them, but you know, in all honesty, by looks of things, Vale's not going to crunch. They're not going to give. They won't. They keep going to the bargaining table, but they keep coming back with more garbage.
Yeah.
That's not what they want. They just want is what is fair, what's theirs.